Free-to-play games, we all love them, but in 2026, keeping up with the free gaming scene has become harder than ever. It feels like every single week there is a brand new free game launching, another one suddenly blowing up overnight, or sometimes even popular titles shutting down completely. Now, I actually made a similar style of a video a few months back, but since then, a lot has changed. We got huge new releases, surprise hits, major updates, even some very popular games shutting down. So today in this video, we are counting down top 100 best free-to-play PC games you can play right now in early 2026, featuring the most popular, most up-to-date, active, fun free-to-play games currently available on PC. So let's get into it. Alright, starting with World War Legion, a very simple little fast-paced World War II first-person shooter that focuses on movement, heavy gunfights, customizable weapon loadouts, arcade-style combat, and very well optimized for low-end PCs as well. At number 99, we got the original Smite, a free-to-play third-person mythological-based MOBA where gods from different mythologies clash in fast-paced team battles. At number 98, we got Grapple Galore, a fun, chaotic multiplayer arena shooter built around grappling hooks, ragdoll physics, and ridiculously fast movement. Moving on, next up we got Persona 5 The Phantom X, a free-to-play Persona spin-off where you live as a student by day and explore stylish turn-based dungeon combat as a phantom thief by night. At number 96, we got Upload Labs, a sci-fi management-style simulator where you build and optimize your futuristic computer network by connecting nodes, processing files, and expanding your digital system. At number 95, we got another simulation game. This one is called Airline Manager. It's a management simulator where you build your own airline empire by buying aircrafts, planning routes, and expanding globally. At number 94, we got one of my favorite indie games from last year, and that is Darkenstein 3D. It's a retro-inspired first-person shooter that throws you into an old-school maze-like combat with a classic boomer shooter vibe and a great single-player story. At 93, we got Sonic Rumbles, a brand new free-to-play multiplayer-style battle royale party game where different Sonic characters compete in these chaotic obstacle course style matches. Pretty fun to jump in with your friends. Moving on, we got Emergency, a free-to-play strategy simulation game focused on controlling firefighters, police, medics, and rescue teams during various of disaster scenarios. At number 91, we got Stay Out, a free-to-play hardcore online survival shooter inspired by the Chernobyl exclusion zone filled with mutants, anomalies, and PvP encounters. At number 90, we got Realm of the Mad God Exalt, a permanent bullet hell style of a MMO where hundreds of players raid dungeons and fight massive bosses together. Bit of an older game, but still pretty popular. Number 89, we got Pixel Worlds, a 2D style sandbox MMO where you can build your own world, trade items, and explore player-created maps. Simple little game, but very popular at the moment. Drift Legends 2 is a free-to-play drifting-focused racing game built around car tuning, realistic handling, and high-speed slides, and kind of a mix between an arcade racer and a simulation. If you're a fan of baseball or competitive-style sports games, next up we got MLB Rivals, a free-to-play competitive multiplayer baseball game featuring real MLB players, squads, and fast online matches. Number 86, we got DCS World Steam Edition, which is a free-to-play ultra-realistic military flight simulator where you can drive around hundreds of detailed aircraft systems and jump into various combat scenarios. eBaseball Pro Spirit is a brand new free-to-play realistic baseball simulation game focused on strategy, teams, and authentic gameplay. Alright, moving on to another game that is pretty well known among low-end PC gamers, and that is Muck. It's a free-to-play survival roguelike game where you can gather resources, craft gear, build shelters, and survive these endless waves of enemies. Great game to jump in co-op with your friends, and also super easy game to run on any kind of PC. Pixel Gun 3D PC Edition is a free-to-play blocky-style first-person shooter with tons of fun multiplayer game modes, a dedicated battle royale mode, hundreds of weapons with endless customization. If you're looking for a fun, popular game to jump in with your friends, next up we got Supermarket Together. It is a free-to-play co-op supermarket simulation game where you and your friends can run, stock, and expand your ultimate supermarket. At number 81, we got Dead Frontier 2, a free-to-play gritty online zombie survival RPG with loot grinding and PvE combat in a dark world. At number 80, we got Fallout Shelter, a free-to-play management simulator style of a game where you can build and maintain your own underground Fallout vault, a pretty popular game on mobile as well. If you're into horror multiplayer games to jump in with your friends, next up we got Project Playtime, an asymmetrical multiplayer horror game where players solve puzzles and survive while being haunted by a giant toy monster. Next up we got Metal Storm, another free-to-play, fast-paced online air combat game where you can pilot modern fighter jets in quick multiplayer dogfights. As for Legends is a pretty well-known free-to-play arcade-style racing game packed with licensed supercars, high-speed nitro action, a dedicated single-player career, and a flashy, over-the-top racing gameplay. Moving on, we got 7 Deadly Sins Origin, a brand new anime-style open-world RPG, of course based on that popular manga series featuring exploration, story quest, and flashy elemental combat. Moving on to another brand new game that very recently came out, and that is Arknights Enfield, a free-to-play sci-fi strategy action RPG that mixes real-time combat, squad management, exploration, and base building systems. Nevernos to Everness is a game that literally came out a few days ago and is blowing up in popularity right now. It's an open-world urban fantasy RPG combining supernatural storytelling, anime-style action combat, and a massive open-world modern city to explore. If you like popular games like the Tom Clancy's Division series, we got a brand new free-to-play option called the Division Resurgence. It's a free-to-play tactical third-person looter shooter set in this collapsing post-pandemic world filled with missions, enemies, and gear progression. Right now it is free on PC, you can simply download it from the Ubisoft client. Moving on to a pretty popular fighting game that came out earlier this year, and that is Riot's 2XKO. It's a stylish free-to-play 2v2 fighting game from Riot Games where League of Legends champions clash in fast, combo-heavy tag team battles. At number 71, we got Farlight 84, a futuristic hero battle royale featuring jetpacks, vehicles, fast-paced combat built around mobility and chaotic firefights. Recently dropped a new first-person mode and it's pretty interesting to jump in right now. Moving on, at number 70 we got Strinova, another popular stylish anime-style tactical shooter blending hero abilities, fast movement, and competitive team-based gunfights. Russian Fishing 4 is a free-to-play realistic fishing simulator focused on detailed mechanics, progression system, and relaxing open-world environment for fishing gameplay. Up next we got Splitgate Arena Reloaded, a free-to-play, fast-paced arena shooter that combines classic FPS gameplay with portal mechanics for creative movement and combat plays. My Hero Ultra Rumble is a fun battle royale action game where My Hero Academia characters use powerful quirks in chaotic team-based fights. Caliber is a tactical team-based shooter focused on special forces units from all around the world featuring unique operators, realistic gunplay, PvP modes, and co-op missions. Moving on to another game that recently come out on Steam, and that is AFK Journey, a fantasy idle RPG where you collect heroes, build teams, and progress through battles and exploration with strategic upgrades. Up next we got Skate, a free-to-play next-generation skateboarding game focused on realistic physics, creative tricks, and online free-roam multiplayer skating. Throne and Liberty is another relatively popular large-scale fantasy MMORPG with dynamic combat, shape-shifting mechanics, and a massive PvP battles in a living open world. If you're into sim racing, next up we got Race Room Racing Experience, one of the coolest free-to-play racing simulator style of games you can try out on Steam. It features licensed cars, detailed tracks, and highly competitive online motorsport gameplay for absolutely free. Goose Goose Duck is a very popular free-to-play social deduction party game where players compete in tasks, bluff and betray each other using unique roles and abilities. Moving on to one of the best games to come out last year, and that is Where Winds Meet, a completely free open-world wuxia RPG set in the ancient China where you explore massive landscapes, master martial arts, and shape your own story. Moving on, at number 59 we got Disney Speedstorm, a very colorful arcade-style kart racing game where Disney and Pixar characters compete using unique abilities and power-ups, a really fun game to jump in with your friends on split screen co-op. Moving on to a super underrated survival game on Steam, we got StarCraft X. This one is a survival MMORPG, obviously inspired by Stalker series, combining exploration, PvP and PvE combat, a loot-based progression in this dangerous radioactive zone. Next up we got Bloodstrike, another very popular free-to-play battle royale shooter featuring smooth movement, customizable weapons, and quick, low-end friendly gameplay, pretty much work on any potato PC. Moving on, we got Smite 2, a very competitive next-generation third-person MOBA where gods from mythologies battle using abilities, teamwork, and action-focused combat. SCP Secret Laboratory is a very popular multiplayer horror game where scientists, soldiers, and terrifying SCP creatures fight to survive in this underground secret SCP facility. Moving on to an absolute classic, and that is RuneScape, a legendary fantasy MMORPG packed with quests, skills, grinding, and years of open world content progression. Crossout is another super underrated vehicular combat MMO where you can build and customize your own armored vehicles and battle each other in massive, explosive online matches. Moving on to another very underrated first-person shooter, and that is Enlisted. It's a squad-based World War II first-person shooter where players control multiple soldiers during large-scale battles across these historically accurate war zones. Marvel Snap is a fast-paced Marvel card game featuring quick strategic matches built around iconic Marvel heroes and villains. At number 50, we got Stumble Guys, a very popular chaotic multiplayer party game filled with obstacle courses, mini-games, and hilarious elimination challenges. Up next, we got Sky, Children of Light, a very relaxing social adventure game where players fly through these beautifully crafted open worlds, solving puzzles, and connecting with other players. Unturned is another survival game that need absolutely no introduction. It's a very blocky, Roblox-style zombie survival sandbox where players can scavenge supplies, build bases, and survive against these zombies and, of course, other players. Infinity Nikki is a very cozy, relaxing open-world adventure RPG that mixes exploration, platforming, puzzle solving, and stylish outfit-based combat. UFL is a highly competitive, completely free-to-play football simulation built around fair online gameplay, realistic mechanics, and team-building progression systems. Up next, we got an extremely popular first-person shooter among low-end PC gamers, and that is Combat Masters. It's a fast-paced, Call of Duty-like first-person shooter focused on smooth movement, quick gunplay, and very arcade-style matches. Very easy to jump in, even if you are a beginner. Moving on, we got Predecessor, a pretty popular third-person MOBA combining strategic teams, powerful heroes, abilities, and action-focused combat on these massive maps. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is a highly competitive digital card game that brings the full Yu-Gi-Oh! Experience with deep deck building and online duels. Up next, we got Mecha BREAK, a very underrated multiplayer mech-based combat game featuring fast aerial battles, customizable robots, and large-scale sci-fi warfare. Moving on to something completely different, next up we got Palia, a very cozy live simulation MMO where you gather resources, decorate homes, build friendships, and explore this relaxing fantasy world. Moving on to another sports game, next up we got Konami's eFootball, a free-to-play football simulator focused on realistic gameplay, licensed team, and competitive online matches. World of Warship is a very popular naval warfare game where you can command massive warships in strategic online battles across the ocean. Moving on at number 38, we got FragPunk, a very stylish free-to-play hero shooter where cards can dramatically change the match rules, abilities, and gameplay in every round. Pretty competitive, kinda like Valorant, but much more easier gunplay. Halo Infinite is a game that we all know. It's a free-to-play sci-fi arena shooter combining classic Halo gameplay with modern movements, vehicles, and large-scale multiplayer battles. Brawlhalla is an extremely popular free-to-play platformer fighter where colorful legends battle in fast-paced multiplayer matches inspired by Smash Bros. Style combat. Once Human is no doubt one of the best free-to-play survival shooters set in this post-apocalyptic world filled with mutants, creatures, base building, and co-op exploration, plus it supports crossplay between both PC and mobile. Next up we got Trackmania, a very cool fast arcade racing game built around speed, precision driving, and community-created tracks with competitive time trials. Albion Online is a free-to-play sandbox MMORPG driven by player economy, full loot PvP, guild warfare, and class-free character progression. Moving on to another very similar style of a game, we got Guild Wars 2, another free-to-play fantasy MMORPG featuring dynamic world events, action combat, and a massive open world full of exploration and progression. At number 31, we got World of Tanks, a free-to-play large-scale online tank warfare game focused on tactical battles, armored vehicles, and strategic team combat. At number 30, we got the First Descendant, another pretty underrated co-op looter shooter where players can battle against giant enemies, collect gear, and customize powerful futuristic descendants. If you're looking for a battle royale but bit of a unique style, next up we got Naraka Bladepoint. It's a free-to-play melee-focused battle royale featuring martial art combat, mobility-based movement, and cinematic sword fights. Moving on to another super unique game, next up we got VRChat. It's a completely free social virtual reality platform where players can create avatars, explore custom worlds, and hang out with others online. Pretty popular at the moment. Moving on to one of the best free-to-play shooters at the moment, and that is Arena Breakout Infinite, a free-to-play tactical extraction shooter focused on realistic gunplay, high-risk looting, and intense survival-based PvP and PvE combat. Fall Guys is a very popular game that need no introduction. It's a colorful party battle royale where players can compete in these obstacle courses and mini games to survive each round. If you're playing on PC, remember it's only available on Epic Game Store. Moving on to a very classic game that we cannot forget about, and that is Team Fortress 2. It's a legendary class-based multiplayer first-person arena shooter with unique characters, roles, and chaotic team battles with super fun gameplay. Path of Exile is a pretty well-known hardcore action RPG known for its deep character customization, massive skill trees, and endless loot grinding. At number 23, we got Zenless Zone Zero, a free-to-play fast-paced urban fantasy action RPG with flashy combat, stylish visuals, and a world filled with supernatural threats. Moving on to a very popular game, and that is The Sims 4, a free-to-play live simulation game where you can create your own Sims, build homes, form relationships, and control every aspect of the daily life. Moving on, at number 21, we got Honkai Star Rail, a turn-based sci-fi RPG featuring cinematic storytelling, stylish combat, and a massive universe filled with unique planets and characters. Moving on, we got another very popular action RPG, and that is Wuthering Waves, a stylish open-world action game featuring fast combat, exploration, and anime-inspired storytelling in this post-apocalyptic world. Moving on to simply one of the best first-person shooters you can try out right now, and that is The Finals. It's a completely free, action-packed first-person shooter where teams fighting to win cash in these fully destructible arenas. No doubt one of the best ones to jump in right now. Moving on to one of my personally favorite battle royale games to play these days, and that is Battlefield Redsec, a completely free large-scale military battle royale shooter delivering chaotic warfare with vehicles, destruction, and massive multiplayer battles. Moving on to a popular game that is definitely known for its excellent co-op play, and that is Destiny 2. It's a cinematic online looter shooter combining satisfying gunplay, co-op raids, PvP modes in this massive sci-fi world. Rainbow Six Siege X is a newest free-to-play addition to the popular Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, a tactical destruction-based shooter where strategy, gadgets, and teamwork are just as important as raw mechanical aim. At number 15, we got War Thunder, a very popular realistic military combat game where tanks, planes, and warships fight across huge multiplayer battlefields. If you want to jump into a Battlefield 6-like experience but completely free to play, we got Delta Force. It's a large-scale military first-person shooter featuring tactical gameplay, vehicles, destructible environment in this massive battlefield scene. It also comes with a single-player campaign alongside the 3-player extraction mode Call Operations. Moving on to the ever-popular Rocket League, a super competitive, widely addictive multiplayer game that turns soccer into high-speed rocket-powered cars chaos. Moving on to a game that we simply cannot forget about, and that is Warframe, a fast-paced third-person sci-fi action RPG where space ninjas slice through enemies using insane movement and endless gear customization. Up next, we got the revamped version of Overwatch, a very popular competitive hero shooter focused on team synergy, objective-based gameplay, and unique character abilities. Genshin Impact is a massively popular open-world anime RPG where you can explore these fantasy regions, collect characters, and master elemental combat, very popular to play on both PC and also on mobile. Moving on, at number 9 spot, we got Call of Duty Warzone, another very popular large-scale battle royale first-person shooter packed with loadouts, vehicles, contracts, and signature Call of Duty style gunplay. Moving on to another similar style of a game, we got another battle royale that is Apex Legends, a movement-heavy battle royale featuring unique legends, fluid gunplay, and fast squad-based combat. Marvel Rivals is another highly popular, very competitive, fast-paced hero shooter where iconic Marvel characters battle in destructible environment using flashy superpowers and team combos. At number 6, we got Valorant, highly competitive tactical 5v5 shooter that blends precise gunplay with hero abilities to create intense competitive matches. At number 5, we got one of my favorite battle royales of all time, that is PUBG Battlegrounds. It's a super realistic free-to-play battle royale shooter focused on survival, looting, tactical gunfights, and large-scale multiplayer tension. Number 4, we got League of Legends, one of the world's biggest MOBAs where teams of champions battle across strategic lanes using unique abilities and teamwork. Highly competitive and very popular. At number 3, we got Dota 2, another highly competitive MOBA packed with deep strategy, complex heroes, and intense 5v5 battles that can last for hours. Alright, moving on at number 2, we got Fortnite, highly popular battle royale that most of you already know. But the Fortnite Save the World version was also recently went free to play, which is their co-op zombie survival kind of campaign, and now you can jump into both of these modes for completely free. At number 1 spot, we got Counter-Strike 2, the king of competitive first-person shooter games where precision gunplay, teamwork, and tactical strategy decide every round. The game recently got a massive upgrade, nice welcome additions to the game, so it's a great time to jump in and check it out. Well, there you have it guys, those are my picks to the top 100 completely free to play PC games you should be playing right now in 2026. And if I missed any hidden gems, any good ones, let me know down in the comment section. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more free to play game content like this. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.